Manchester United 2, Brentford 2. The third game of pre-season ends in a stalemate. Now, Manchester United, we know, have got a lot of work to do before the start of the season. People are buzzing at this fucking moment because we've signed two great players, but the hard work still starts for Manchester United in this pre-season, because yes, we've got a number of players out. It was a similar team to what we put out in the previous game against QPR, but there's still a lot of work to be done for Manchester United, and these players here that are playing on the pitch, nearly every single one of these players are playing for their future at Manchester United. Not one of these players, besides maybe Wan-Bissaka, are almost guaranteed to start the season for Manchester United. None of the other players will be starting at the start of the season, barring injury. That is how I see it. So it is a complete second, or in some cases for some of these players, third choice players in certain positions. We do know that. But Manchester United have conceded 2 goals. Yes, we've scored 2 goals this evening, but we've let 2 goals in and drawn 2-2. Now, the result isn't always, as we've said in these pre-season games, isn't the be-all or end-all of this. It is about getting the match fitness up to standard, ready for the season, but you still want to see some good stuff. And we have seen some nice goals tonight. So some more positivity with Elanga getting a nice goal first half. They've equalised with a nice strike as well. And we've gone ahead again with a wonder strike from Pereira. I mean, just a nice hit, but is really Pereira going to be at Manchester United next season? I don't think so. A few of these players are not going to be at Manchester United next year, which is why I'm a bit surprised that we're still giving players like, no disrespect to Pereira, he's not good enough for Manchester United. Yes, he's hit a great strike this evening, but not good enough for Manchester United. And a number of these players may well be going for Manchester United. I know he hasn't got a lot of players to pick from at this moment in time, but I'm a bit disappointed we didn't see longer from the likes of Hannibal Mejbri and Shona Shorter in these first few games, because maybe give them a 45 minutes here or there in this sort of fixture, because the better players are going to come back now and they're not going to get so much game time, and I think that there's more chance of them being in and around the team than some of the others next season. But it is what it is for Manchester United. It's a bit of a scratch team out there, and we just go with what we go with. They've equalised moments from a few minutes from the end. What was it, about 7 or 8 minutes from the end to get the draw, and just a run out for Manchester United. And we've done what we've done. We've got a couple of goals, and that is it. But really, obviously, the big talking going back to Elanga is that he's really made a statement this pre-season. That could he be in and around the first team for the start of the season? Well, he's put himself right in the mixer to be on the substitutes bench, to be honest, because if the likes of Jesse Lingard leave Manchester United, but now between now and the end of the window, he's done himself the world of good in order to get a place on the substitutes bench. Now, if Marcus Rashford was to be out injured and have that surgery in this next few week period, then for me he has got to be one of the favourites to walk into that first 11, because to me at this moment in time, we're going to see Edison Cavani start in the number 9 position normally, but he will probably occupy one of the wider areas if Marcus Rashford is out, because at this moment in time I think he is performing at a much higher level than Mason Greenwood, and I think if he continues this form, he should be in ahead of Mason Greenwood. No disrespect to Greenwood, but he hasn't been hitting the heights over the last 12 months as he hit in the previous 12 months. We know that he's got to improve. And it is a difficult game, Manchester United. Being at Manchester United, you've got to keep improving. You can't stand still, and we've seen that with Anthony Martial. Hasn't taken his game to that next level enough in order to keep himself in the team, and now bringing in Sancho has put more stiff competition in the team. And we still haven't seen Anthony Martial come back into the fold. He was absent again tonight. I believe he's training on his own, so that is a big blow for Manchester United, because we need all the players we can get between now and the start of the season. It's good to see the likes of Diogo Dalot and Donny van de Beek coming back. I don't know what's happening with Dalot, whether he's going to stay on. I would personally keep him as the backup right back if we don't sign another right back, and then concentrate on other areas of the team, most notably the midfield. But it's good to see Donny van de Beek back as well, getting a few minutes in the second half, because we could well do with him again this season. He played a limited role last season, but he could well play more of a pivotal role in this squad next season, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could well go for a more attacking lineup and then use a more attacking approach. Maybe we could see what Manchester United fans wanted to see on a consistent basis at times last season. An attacking three, Pogba, Van der Beek and Bruno Fernandes against teams that are low block teams in the Premier League. Maybe we will see that at some point. Who fucking knows? But we've got the draw this evening. We move on to Preston at the weekend. Another test for Manchester United. I would expect maybe the likes of Bruno Fernandes might get some minutes in that game. I don't know if any other players are going to get any minutes coming into that game. We will have to wait and see. Probably the likes of Greenwood will again get the sort of 70-80 minutes. The likes of Lingard playing a lot of football as well, because these players may be utilised from the substitutes bench early on in the season or in League Cup games and Champions League group games if and when we have to rotate our squad, if some of these players do stick around. But I wouldn't expect the likes of Matic and Pereira, who are playing quite a lot of game time in this pre-season, to be sticking around, to be honest. I think that them two are moving on to pastures new. In my opinion, they should be anyway, so I'm not too sure why they're getting a lot of game time ahead of some of the younger players, but it is what it is. He wants to blend some experience in with some of the youngsters in this, just to get some of them game time. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. There's not really too much else to say on this game, to be honest. We move on to the next one, and hopefully after that one we see a full strength team for the next week game against Everton. It's a shame we haven't got another midweek game after the Preston game in order to get another game in for some players that need it. We could have done with that and then given the likes of Shoretiri a bit more game time, maybe Hugo and a few others a bit more game time in another one if we'd added another one in, because it wouldn't have hurt to have added one more game in. But it is what it is. We roll on to that Preston game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What can Manchester United take from this pre-season so far? Elanga is the standout thing that Manchester United, for me, can take out of this. I wouldn't take too much into that wonder strike from Andreas Pereira, because that still doesn't change the fact that for me he's not good enough to play for Manchester United anymore. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in that comment section below. We've drawn the game this evening, two goals apiece. Hit that subscribe button, like the video and share the video if you're watching it on Facebook, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.